Ms. Joyce Chirada, who is the regional manager for the Ghana Standards Authority. So let's also welcome her. Please keep showing up. Thank you very much. So what we are going to do is that we have some questions for them. We'll ask some questions, and then when they are done, we'll open the floor for you to also ask any question that you have on your mind. So I'll start off with Mr. Asani. So can you share some of the experiences related to the work that you do within the local economy and some of the challenges that you have experienced?
Thank you, Mr. Moderator. And yes, I want to thank you too for taking me unawares. Yes. So I am after the SM many people call me Moses Tampuri. In fact, I have been in the development field for quite some time. And in all those years, I've actually worked with the local economy, that is the people in my constituency, in trying to support in the area of development, because we know government cannot do it all. So the NGO is mandated, or as in my case, my organization is mandated to support in the development process. In all that we do, we try to support, especially in the agri sector, to see how farmers can improve on their production. And so it goes along with a whole lot of issues that farmers are having challenges as a result of the poor soils. They have cultivated the land over and over again, and so these soils are poor. How do we turn things around for them to improve or increase production? So it calls for a lot of measures. Through my NGO, we've had projects that come to help in the soil profile, trying to know the type of soil that these farmers are even cultivating, trying to tell or know what type of fertilizers that they will use to improve upon the soil, and also to do a lot of other things that will improve upon the soil so that they increase production. As we know, because of climate change, there's a lot of challenges that farmers face. The rains don't come as they should come. The seeds that farmers use are no more able to, do well because of the short periods of the rains. So there's a need for farmers to now use improved seed so that they can harvest quickly and just within the short span of the rains. So there are a lot of challenges as to what farmers can do to improve upon their harvest. And so a lot of interventions that we have done trying to diversify their livelihoods. So we don't just rely on farming alone. We try to support farmers to do other things that can augment whatever they get from the farms. So there's that issue of encouraging farmers to go into dry season gardening, which is very a potential for some of them because there are rivers in their communities, which hitherto they were not using. So the one option is to do the dry season gardening that will also help bring in some income. There's also the issue of animal rearing, because there's, in that light, it is a traditional venture of most people in northern Ghana. And so people should be farmers should begin to see animal rearing and poultry farming as another form of income generating activity, not our usual buy a goat and rear, but to do that with that sense of increasing incomes. But in all that, we see that our farmers, especially the women, lack empowerment. In fact, they lack skills to do all these things. So there's a need for skill training in the various other options of livelihoods that we give them. There's also the issue of startup capitals to go into some of these ventures. There's no enough money that our women have so that they can start up a business or improve or expand their businesses. But one lucky thing that we have also done in our area of work is the introduction of the PSLA associations. The PSLA associations is one way of empowering our women especially to put together little pieces of coins and seeds. So at the end of a certain period, say 9 months or 1 year, they are able to put that together and then improve upon their income activities. Even before the end of the 9 months or 12 months, when they start the VSLA contributions, they can still go into that pit and borrow money at a very reduced interest rate and then expand their businesses. This is to help them, with our financial institutions, there are not many in the Northeast region, so that women entrepreneurs can go and pick money to increase their businesses. But they can also use their local level initiatives and then put together little bits of money to use, and then while they wait for other opportunities to improve upon their incomes. So I don't know whether I've answered your question, but this is what I have to share.
Great. Thank you very much, Mr. Asani. So at least we are beginning to see some of the interventions that you are putting in place to enhance productivity of women and youth businesses within the various communities, especially when it comes to issues about soil and agricultural productivity. So that is good. But I'd like to come to the exporter. Ephraim, he is now in the business of, he's at the other end of the value chain, where he's now able to export some commodities outside Ghana. So he has actually taken advantage of the opportunities that we have. So how did it all start for you? And what kind of support did you require at the point where you conceived the idea to export to get to this point?
Well, thank you very much, and say good evening to everyone. Yes, it was really challenging from the beginning, the starting point, and that is one of the things that is bringing back the youth in Ghana. Capital, the seed capital to start business. And when you are starting business in Ghana, is something that's very difficult because everything you are doing requires money. You need money to start it. And if you don't have money, at the end of the day, you will back up. So when I started founding fortunately, I'm not just only an entrepreneur, but I'm a teacher as well. So I supported myself with the salary that I earned at the end of the month, and also went in for personal loan to invest in my business. God being so good, I have been able to sustain the business from that point up to this particular level. And quite apart from the loans and my personal salaries and savings, when I sell the product, the money that is generated from the product is being invested again into the business. Because we sell, we make a little profit, we add the profit into the business to grow it up. So that is how I started the whole thing up to this level.
Okay. So can you tell us, share some specifics in terms of now how much quantity are you able to export, where can we even find your products in overseas, and the farmers and the women that are connected to your business, who are also beginning to see some kind of transformation in their living conditions?
Yes, we are able to export to Tanzania. So we have a partner, Tanzania, whom we export our products to. We also export to UK as well, but we in UK not huge quantity. Tanzania, Kenya, we have been able to export up to 10 metric tons, probably in a year, to Tanzania and Kenya as well. But the UK is, we are still securing business, trying to sign a contract with one cosmetic company. So we are still in talking terms. So we are hoping by the end of the year we should be able to get that deal and be able to export a huge quantity. And I'm sure with that we should be able to export more than 50 metric tons, 100 metric tons to UK. Yes. And at the moment, we are working with 271 women in the rural communities. And we are trying to set another processing center at Landesi. So we've been to Landesi to meet the chief of Landesi, who has agreed to give us land. He actually sent us to where he's giving us, allocating the land for us, so that there's communities around NDPC who use, or the women around these areas, to be able to get, to give them employment. So they have given, the chief has actually agreed to give us 4 plots of land to build our processing center. So that is what we are also trying to do at the Northeast region.
Thank you, that's wonderful. That leads me to Standards Authority. Joyce, so what kind of support do you think that businesses like that Ephraim is talking about, what kind of support do you think they will require to be able to leverage on the advantages that we have in our local economies to actually tap into the market out there?
Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. Ghana Standards Authority plays a vital role in providing a favorable business environment in the country by developing, promoting, and enforcing standards in the country. And it does this through metrology, standardization, and conformity assessment. So when we say metrology, testing is involved, inspection, and then certification. That is the metrology, conformity assessment, and then standardization put together. So with the metrology, that's one we have officers that are always in the front doing that work, but that one doesn't cover SMEs. It's within the oil marketing. So when we say conformity assessment and then inspection and then testing and certification are put together. That is, if you come to us, or maybe if we come to your company, what we to see is we come to do inspection in your company. That is if you come and want to have your product certified with Ghana Standards Authority. We first of all need you to provide us with certain information, which is MBSSI certificate, registered general certificate, and then quality manual. Then you pay a fee for a particular product, which or the particular product that you are into. Then after that, we will dispatch inspectors to go into your company and then do inspection. Then pick samples from there, and then when they pick the samples, they bring it, they will process it and send it to Accra for certification. That's if you want to satisfy the products, so that you get international and then local markets. You see that. And then if these activities ensures that products are goods and services. These activities ensure that products or goods and services produced in Ghana, whether for local consumption or for exports, are safe, reliable, and of good quality. That's for the testing aspect that they have. And then we also do training. We offer training for SMEs. So if you come to us, we will offer a training, and then this training is on capacity building. The GSA provide training for industries to promote compliance with international standards and improve productivity. So when you come to us, these are some of the activities that we do. We carry on inspection, testing, and then certification. And we have various fees for each and every product when you come to us. And the good thing is that when you come to us and then we give you the fee, and you are unable to meet the requirement or you are not able to pay the full amount, we give you the opportunity to pay by installments. Then after which we will now come to your facility and conduct the inspection and pick the samples for the certification.
Okay, thank you, Joyce. I'd like to zero in a bit on the favorable business environment, because a lot of us here, I'm sure, would like to be in the position of Ephraim, where with the agro-processing, they should be able to now look for markets through the support of GEPA, okay, and even the Ghana Enterprises Agency to look for larger markets out there. But they can only do that if they have the right certification. How many of us here are aware of this, the processes that are involved to be able to get their product to that level?
In fact, thank you for giving this question. At least in Tamale, a lot of businesses are aware of this process. But that of Northeast, they are not aware. That's why we set up an office there to undertake these activities. So those who are into various businesses and want their product satisfied with us and have our certification can call on us in our office, then we'll assist the person to do the registration.
Okay. All right. So I think I will open the floor now for some questions from the audience based on all the things that you have talked about. They may want to checkmate some of the things that we are also saying. So let me see by hand those who have any question. Yes, let me see by hand. Okay, so I see the hand far back there. That's one, this two, that's three, and then four. So we'll take the first four, and then we'll come back for responses.
Can you make your questions so?
Thank you very much. There was a period in 2022 in Ghana when the government, through the Ministry of Trade and Industry, placed a temporary ban on the exportation of grapes out of the country. grains.
What kind of grains?
Well, in general, I think soybeans was one of them. The idea, the move was geared towards halting the heights and prices of those items, which were reported to be in shortage. We are encouraging farmers to produce, and in fact, soybeans in particular was the hardest hit commodity, especially the area where I'm coming from. Here is the case where we are encouraging farmers to produce, that we are getting really market for them. And at another point, we are restricting the transportation of these grains. So as we speak, I don't know whether the farming is still in force, and how are farmers, working around to ensure, especially those who produce soybeans, ensure that that particular product, attract market. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We saw another man here.
Yes.
You mentioned your name and where you work.
Yeah, over there.
Thank you very much. My name is Mura Lucas. I work with the MLGCRA Enterprise Limited. It's based in Tamale, and we are into share butter production. My question and concern goes to the GSC. Looking at how far we've come with respect to product development and export, there is the need for us to fully go into GMP, good manufacturing practices.
Yeah.
And for us to be able to compete, we always need testing of our products, probably on batch basis. And looking at the cost involved, I don't know whether there is a plan on the part of GSC to bring down the laboratories into the north to make the testing and getting the results easy for us.
Thank you very much. The next hand, please, your name and where you work. One side, please.